and it will be picked up on our videographing for YouTube. So please try to keep the questions concise so that I can adequately give you the justice of repeating them well, okay? So, welcome, two of our candidates. It is really a privilege to have two candidates come at once. We will have other candidates come and we will have them ask them to debate their opponents. But sometimes, because of scheduling or preference, candidates don't want to engage in a debate. But tonight we have two candidates who are very willing to do so, and this makes it a lot more educational and interesting for us who are citizens and voters to make a decision. So we thank you both for coming. Now let me tell you a little bit about each one of them in case you need a refresher. Joan Walwig is our sitting representative of the Republican Party in the seat for the 41st District in the State Assembly, and she has held that seat since 2004. She is chair of the Joint Committee for Review of Administrative Rules and is a member of other committees as well. The Colleges and Universities Committee, the Children and Families Committee, Mental Health Committee, Rules, Joint Legislative Council, Jobs and the Economy, and International Affairs and Commerce, the Speaker's Task Force on Foster Care and Tourism. She has served on these special committees: Symposia Series on Supporting Healthy Early Brain Development, 9/11 Communications, Emergency Management and Continuity of Government, Continuity of Legislative Operations, Review of Higher Education Financial Aid Programs, something which is close to the heart of all students, differences in laws applicable to cities and villages, and review of emergency detention and admission of minors under Chapter 51. Our opponent in the election is Mr. Frank Burris. He's a retired businessman and a U.S. Army veteran. He is an anti-opioid crusader and a community activist. Burris serves on the board of directors of Marquette County's Healthy Communities, Healthy Youth, a prevention coalition affiliated with the Alliance for Wisconsin Youth, and he is co-chairperson of its Policy Committee on Substance Abuse. He also serves on the Wisconsin State Council on Alcohol and Other Drug Abuse Prevention Committee, and both its Opioid Advisory Group and its Work Group on Workplace Substance Abuse. Burris also is the state chairman of Safe Access Wisconsin, which advocates for the access to medical cannabis upon the recommendation of a physician. So now each of the candidates will have 5 to 7 minutes to make their presentation, and then they will have 10 minutes to react to each other. So I would leave it to you to decide who wishes to speak first.
Thanks, Frank. So, happy to be here at Ripon College again. Thank you for the opportunity that the department is providing with partnership of the Ripon Commonwealth and its publisher, Tim Lyke. Background, grew up in the Milwaukee area, but after graduating from college at Stevens Point and marrying Tom, which we've been married now for 44 years. He's up in the back there, just keeping track of everything. We went into business in Marquezan, and we still own the 2 John Deere farm equipment and lawn and garden dealerships in Waupun and Beaver Dam. We've been doing that for 42 years, and for most of that time we worked together. Not only did we go home together, but we worked together all day long. We have 3 adult children, and as of 2 months ago, 3 grandchildren. And I have pictures that I can show everybody afterwards if they would like. I think one of the reasons that I got into this type of work after being in business was because of involvement in the community. And I got involved with a couple of other moms regarding some things that were going on in our school district. And then being in business, very active in our Chamber of Commerce, some of us thought that maybe there was something else that we could do to improve our local community in Marquezan. And several of us ended up running for city council and for mayor. Mr. Kaler happens to be here tonight, who was that mayor that came out of that election. After serving on the city council for 3 terms, I was mayor for 2 terms. Continued in the business life, but when the seat opened up, I was asked by friends and family and neighbor that maybe I should attempt going into the state legislature. And so this is the 8th time I'm actually running for the legislature. One of the things that I think is important that we need to understand that Wisconsin being considered a full-time legislature, we really are involved in making those rules and policies. And after some experience, I'm now the go-to person when it comes to how do we effectively, and as a legislator effectively, take a look at the rules that are coming out of our executive branch and our policy administration branches. I've had a very productive cycle this last 2 years. I was main sponsor on 19 bills that were signed into law this year. Not that it's good to make new laws, but many of the things that we did this year had to do with how do we cut back on rules, how to make things more effective. I did things from helping when it comes to the foster care situation, domestic violence, many other areas. I was also awarded, in addition to the award here at Ripon College, but I was recognized by 7 institutions in Wisconsin for some of the work that I've been doing, from anywhere from the Association of Social Workers and Mental Health America to the Electric Cooperative Association, WMC, the Wisconsin Counties Association, and just announced the Public Defenders also provided an award based on some of the work that I did. I'm also a member of the Wisconsin Child Neglect Abuse Prevention Board. We call that the Prevention Board. And now for the 2nd term, I am one of the co-chairs and one of the founders of the Wisconsin Legislative Children's Caucus. I've also been elected by my peers from around the nation to be one of the incoming leaders of the National Council of State Governments, and I'll be taking on that chairmanship, going through that rotation in the next couple of years. That's my background, where we are today. Thank you.
I'm also very pleased to see you all here this evening. My name, again, is Frank Burris. My wife and I live in the town of Harris, which is in Marquette County, right smack in the middle of Assembly District 41. We are members of the Faith United Methodist Church in Westfield, and I am active in the Rotary and in several veteran organizations. Recently, I realized that I had a choice to make. I could either sit back and enjoy what I considered to be a well-earned retirement, or I could get involved and fight against what I saw happening to my community and things that were happening to my state, things that bother me greatly. Examples: Wisconsin roads, 7th worst in the nation, with 31% in poor or mediocre condition. In spite of record employment numbers, Wisconsin has trailed the national average in private sector job creation for more than 7 straight years. And Wisconsin is currently ranked 32nd in overall employment growth. The state's actual median wage, when adjusted for inflation, are lower today than they were 8 years ago, and the state's poverty rate continues to rise. Opioid hospitalizations in Wisconsin lead the nation, with a 109% increase in just the last 14 months, with counties in this assembly district leading the way. We also have counties in Wisconsin where 30% of the wells produce water that is too polluted to drink. We have small farm bankruptcies in Wisconsin. We actually are leading the nation. In last month alone, 47 small dairy farms closed their doors, and last year there was over 500 that had to close their doors. The actions of the Wisconsin legislature have been increasingly bad for the people of Wisconsin, in my opinion, and increasingly in conflict with my own values. Beyond the rhetoric and the smoke and mirrors, Wisconsin is falling further and further behind in several